Hello everybody, this is Cheri at djsundry.blogspot.com, and today I am going to make a quick and easy baby card. Now I have pulled out some oldie but goodie things to play with today. I'm going to pull those out and show you what they are. Now the first thing that I pulled out is this paper. It's by Megan Elizabeth. Let me turn that around. By Megan Elizabeth, and it's paper layers. And this is, I don't even know, probably between 5 and 10 years old, but I thought it would be really fun for the baby project that I'm doing today. And then I pulled some glitter paper and from the purple glitter pack from Close to My Heart. I have all of the paper is from that paper pack, and it's all pattern paper. I do have a white daisy card base here from Close to My Heart, and then I may use some of these puffy June bug puffies from Close to My Heart. Again, they're old. Now, what also I am doing is using an old but fun cartridge. I'm using the Cricut Create-A-Critters, and I have already put that all together and made an owl out of it. So let's just jump right into the card. I'm going to start by doing the inside of the card first. So I'm just going to pop that open, and I have just a piece of cardstock here that I have cut down to size. Now this card base seems a little small. Nope, it's right. I've cut this card down just a little bit so that I can still have something on the inside. Now, if you're not familiar with this Paper Layers packet, this is a packet that Megan Elizabeth kind of worked on years ago when she was doing a lot with the Cricut. And the fun thing about this is that it's set up in squares on one side so that they all coordinate. So if you were to look at kind of the back of this, you can see squares, and they're 4-inch squares, and so everything on the other side of that piece of paper coordinates together. So that's really fun when doing a project like this. So now I'm going to set my card base aside, and we are going to go to the owl. Now the owl I set up on my Cricut in the design space to cut just under 4 inches, and then I've already put his pieces together. Now, as I mentioned in that paper, let me just pop open the pad here so that you can see how they come in the 4-inch squares. So all of the squares that I pulled for the owl itself came from one sheet. So I know that all of the colors are going to coordinate together. And it makes it kind of fun to put it together like that. So this one's actually 4 layers. You started with the brown layer, and then you had kind of the orange layer, and then they just built upon each other, and then the pink layer, and then the little feet and the beak. So that is that piece. Now, this did not come off of that same sheet, but I wanted something a little bit lighter because I'm using darker colors here, but it's for a baby card, so I wanted something to kind of brighten it up. So we're going to work on this right now, this next layer. And I'm just laying it out so I can kind of see how it goes. And then I also printed this special delivery, and again the blue came from the same sheet, and then the special is out of that glitter paper. So what I wanted to see, I'm going to start by putting the special delivery on because I want to see if I think I'm going to need any ribbon or anything before I start layering it all up. And I don't think I am. I think that ribbon would be okay, but I think that it's plenty busy, so we're just going to go with it. Now I also thought, whoops, and we're out, but I was prepared because I knew I was just about out. I thought about popping these up on some foam tape, but I think it's just layered enough, just the way it is. So let's just get it put together. Setting it up in the design space was really nice because I have to tell you, my husband was driving, we were on our way to church, and I knew I needed to make a quick card, and I knew that I had plenty of other things to do this afternoon, and so I said, you know what, I'm just going to pop right in there on my phone, design the card so that when I get home all I have to do is pick out my paper and print and cut, and that's exactly what I did. Of course, I think it took me longer to find the paper that I wanted than it took to design the card, but that's okay. That's how it works. Okay, so I cut the card, the bottom layer I cut that so it will completely cover the white card because I wanted it to show completely just like that. And then I came in about 1/8 of an inch on the next layer. Now I use a lot of adhesive, but I think that's particularly important with this paper because this paper has just the tiniest bit of texture to it. And sometimes you may know if you work with textured paper, sometimes you want a little bit extra adhesive or the layers start coming apart. So I want to make sure that I've got plenty of layers. So we could just leave it like that, or I could pop into my drawer here and find some sequins. But the first thing, before I do that, before I start adding a whole bunch of stuff, I did want to pull out, sorry, it's crinkly, I should have pulled it out before, this. I didn't have any pink bows that I thought would go, that I liked, but I thought it would be kind of fun to pull that blue in so that this teal color isn't all by itself. So it doesn't have any bows, but I thought I could put a flower on her head, just like that. And then that will tie in those blues together, so the blues make a little bit more sense where we've got them going in a couple of different places. So let's pull out some sequins and see. Let's see, I don't have many pink ones in that one. I found these sequins at scrapbook.com. They were super fun, but they came in a packet where once you opened it, it would be really easy for all the colors to mix. So I found these little containers at Hobby Lobby and decided to use those. And that's working really well. You know, I'm not seeing any colors that I really love with that. I don't think I want any more pink than what I already have. So maybe instead we'll pull out some of these little crystal drops and see how those work. Oops. It's been so long since I had used my quick stick that I had to buy a new one because the old one was no longer sticky. I want some of those. Maybe just... I'm hand delivering this card, so I don't have to worry about too much bulk. So I'm not in the least bit worried about that. That's what I'll do, is just add just a little bit of sparkle and hope that my glue works today. I have really been challenged with the glossy accents, and maybe you guys don't have that same challenge, but it seems like no matter what I do to try to keep it from getting clogged, it still gets clogged. I don't know what my problem is, but perfect. Just stick that one on there. A little bit more glue than what I wanted, but thankfully it'll dry clear and it will be just fine. Wrong side. I know you're supposed to take the sharp part out so you don't have to use your fingers, but this is kind of a new tool to me. Okay, there we have it. Our cute little card all ready to go. Ready to go in with our baby gift once it dries. So thanks so much for stopping by today, and remember, take some time to enjoy the little things. Have a great day. Bye.